Hey, what's going on, Low-Techs? Mystery here. Thank you for coming out for another video. This one, it took me quite some time to actually go through. There's a lot here. This particular MLM has been in trouble in the past with the FTC, that is. So they've really flushed out their rules, regulations, and stuff like that. Just going over their compensation plan, it's insane. Like, it's overly complicated. It feels like there was a group of lawyers and a group of accountants that got together and said, okay, how can we make this still desirable, but at the same time, not? How can we do this to where we need to have the most complicated setup that we can possibly put together that people can still kind of exceed and claim that they're making a lot of money? So, yeah, talking about Arbonne. Arbonne is one of the bigger ones, sure, but I felt that we really needed to get some more heavy hitters on here and really go through. Monat was pretty good, but this one is, I don't know. It's crazy. You'll see. So in this particular episode, we're diving into the success plan, compensation plan, and we're going to talk a little bit about the car, the free car that now free. It's not a free car at all. In fact, it's a bonus credit towards a car, but we'll get into all of that. So yeah, let's jack in and get to unraveling this crazy success plan. It's a big success plan. So, all right. So you'll notice I've got my leathers on today. It's starting to get cold in my area, and my office is cold too, and instead of like covering up in blankets and stuff like that, I figured, why not put on the old, I don't know, the old school method of showing off your battle vest. If you're not familiar with what a battle vest is, you can look it up, but in short, it's a vest, usually denim in nature, that you put all of your patches for bands you've seen live or your favorite band, stuff like that. Usually you have a big back patch, and I do have a big back patch. It's Motorhead because I love Motorhead. So anyway, all that doesn't really matter. I did want to kind of go on a little bit of a side rant when it comes to MLMs in general. These companies, like I've said it before, right? Like I've mentioned how irritating it is and how much they go in faith and stuff like that. But like these companies, every single one of these wellness companies, because that's what Arbonne is. It's a hair and skin and I think like health wear wellness. They sell like ketones and stuff like that. They want you to believe that you are gonna die without them. Right? If you don't consume their products and consume it often, you're going to die. You're just not living healthy. You need to live healthier. You need to be healthier as an individual. And they just, they push and push and push with this stuff. And it's obscene. It's obscene. We're not, and here's the best part. Like, we're not even really going to get into the products and the science. This is all financial deep dive. Because, well, one, I mean, you can't really find the scientific studies out there. They don't make that stuff available. They claim they've got them, but they don't actually do anything to show you what the studies are or who did the studies or who they hired to do the studies. If they're, closed studies or biased studies. I mean, they don't tell you any of that, and it's really annoying. So, like, trying to sit down and search and find these things just is fruitless. So I figured I can focus my attention and energy on the thing that really, really matters, and that's whether or not you're going to make $1. Truth is, you might make a couple dollars with this one. We will look at the... Yeah. We will look at the financial income disclosure that they've... So, I mean... It's insane. I can't wait for you guys to get into it. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead and we're going to follow this as if we are new to the company and we want to become a consultant and we want to do things that way, right? So let's go ahead and do that. Let me get things set up here and then we'll be right back. You guys ready for this? We're going to start on the Join Us page. Become an independent consultant. Here we are. As you can see, I've got a bunch of tabs at the top. That's all Arbonne. Right now, we have independent consultant. The independent consultant. They look happy, right? Super excited. Now, what you can't see because I have to minimize the screen is there's a gentleman over here on the other side. He's on that side. That is, he's got the whole because he's talking about the products and stuff like that. So, whatever. So you can start building your own business. Now, this is something that we hear all the time. I'm not going to sit back here and say that this is, specific to this group. It's not. They all say you can build your own business. Understand that it is not your business. The only time that it will become your business is when you make enough to where you can afford to hire people. So you create your own business as a consultant or independent consultant, right? Or a contractor. You're contracted out. So you can hire people and you can pay them to do things, and that does equate your own business, but then you get into business tax and everything else like that. They don't mention any of that here. Here, that's just you build your business. So whatever. Take that as you will. That's a tired argument at this point, right? We know it's not your own business. So they say share and sell clean Arbonne products and enjoy benefits like commissions and product discounts. All right. So all the different things, they got a nice little video here that we're not going to watch. Let's see. A surefire way to flourish is being your own boss. It's not your own business, FYI. And Arbonne can help you do it. Our business model was built to empower our advocates. And we're here to offer the support you need to become one. For as little as $49, you can start building an Arbonne business that has the potential to transform your life, your career, family, and lifestyle. Why now? The world is changing. Work habits are reshaping, social businesses are growing, and wellness has become a hot topic. All this is tired, But see, they're really selling you on the social media aspect of it. Our mind, body, and skin. See, this is where they talk about what it is, right? Here they say the benefits are be your own boss. You set your schedule, work wherever you want, and determine your level of effort. Now, determine your level of effort. Think about that. Keep that in your mind as we go over the entire thing that is being an independent consultant for Arbonne. Let's see, whether you're working from your phone or meeting with prospective clients in groups in person. These types of businesses do not lend themselves to work in your spare time, as in you put in 40 hours a week at your corporate or any other job and come home and put a couple hours into your business. These businesses aren't like that. I mean, you could do that, but you will make no money that way. You'll make no money either way. But with these types of companies, if you become an independent consultant, you have to go all in. I'm talking throw everything you have at this. Sleepless nights trying to make sure that you qualify for things, but they don't put all that on there, right? So clean products, our brand offers products formulated with plant-based ingredients, coupled with science. Wow, I can't talk. Let's start over. Our brand offers products formulated with plant-based ingredients coupled with science. They still didn't show us the science. Built on high, clean standards and co-developed with experts, we are vegan, cruelty-free, and formulated gluten-free. And verified with, read more. What is that? Let's see what you got. And verified third-party organizations, so you can feel great about using and selling our products and read less. So events and incentives, they've got welcoming community, online tools and training, global impact. Let's see. Product certifications vary. Let's see, you saw the little 2 asterisks on there. That's this right here. Right there, yep. Product certifications vary. Refer to arbonne.com for more details. It's a loop. You won't find anything. Botanicals in herbal detox tea have been exposed to gluten in the growing fields. So they're gluten-free, but botanicals in the herbal detox tea may be exposed to gluten in the growing fields. So we might be gluten-free. Now, okay, gluten-free there for a while was the big fad diet, right? But like, for instance, my mother had cancer. When she had cancer, she had to go through chemo, and something changed in there, and she became really like allergic to gluten, to where like it hurts her bones, right? I mean, she's got a real gluten allergy. It's insane. She, like, if we go to a restaurant and she eats something that touched something with gluten, she'll know within 30 minutes because like her bones start to ache. It's really bad time. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. Meet our passionate community. Competitive earnings plan. Goodness, I can't talk. A typical Arbonne independent consultant, or AIC, in the United States earns between $100 and $502. In 2019, in earnings and commissions, the VIP Success Award is available for VP level, which is less than 2% of the AICs achieve this award. Okay, I want to point that out. Right there, they tell you that a typical Arbonne independent consultant, or an AIC, in the United States earned between $120 and $502 in 2019 in earnings and commissions. That's yearly. So they're saying that a typical Arbonne independent consultant will earn, in this case, $120 to $502 a year. That's crazy. But let's go ahead and take a look. So it says see earnings.arbonne.com. Why do I say airborne? Let's see. Let's go ahead and click onto it here. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Earnings. We're going to go ahead and select the United States because that's where we are. And here is what you need to know about joining. So let's go ahead and just dive right into it. We're going to follow the path because you want to be that. You want to see a success plan. It says you can be your own boss, right? It says earn commission from products you sell, run a business from your smartphone, build a team of independent consultants who do the same. Now, right there, they're telling you to build a team. So they want you to recruit to sell, which, if you remember from our dive into the article from the FTC, that a pyramid scheme will ask you to recruit. And it'll be the true way that you make money. So they're clever. These companies are clever about the way they get past that. Most of these companies have you buying in a circle. For instance, like Paparazzi makes things limited, but there's more consultants or contractors than there are products available. So you can't ever truly have an unlimited supply to the people, and like you can't truly just sell the product. So you find yourself getting rare stuff, and then you find yourself selling it to your downlines and stuff like that, so they have it too. Savannah Marie just recently did an interview with a former paparazzi person that talks about that, and you'll find that that's the same type of concept here. But in this situation, Arbonne doesn't have limited supply of the product as much as you have to have a funnel of purchasing, because you've got to buy from your downline, they buy from you, all to hit your qualification numbers. So all of your money that you earn and everything, it cycles right back in, and you don't actually make anything for the amount of effort that you put in. Anyway, what you need to know about joining here. So independent consultant earnings statement. What is the business opportunity? What is the Arbonne business opportunity? How can I earn an income? Let's take a look. 1, commission. Your profit from personal product sales to preferred clients and clients. We'll get into the details of what's a preferred client and what is a client and what the difference in percentage is that you earn from that. Overrides. Your earnings from product sales by your team. Remember that one. Awards. Additional awards offered at entry level based on the team's sales performance. So you can't even get number 3 until you build a team. And you'll find that the rewards are not as awesome as you would like them to be, right? So what's typical? Right here, during 2020, Arbonne paid in excess of $385 million in preferred client commissions, overrides, and awards, together earnings, to independent consultants globally, and $288 million in earnings in the United States and its territories. So right there, they're saying, hey, Arbonne paid out $385 million total, with $288 million of that being in the United States. That is an income earning claim right there. They don't say it, and you can't define it as, but that is a claim. Because they're saying, look, we make all this money. We paid out all this money. You're going to make money. Now look here. Annual earnings of Arbonne independent consultants in 2020. Now, normally we look at this after we look at the compensation plan, but the compensation plan is going to take us a while to go through. So I figured let's look at this here, and we're going to start at independent consultants. So let's see. You know what? Let me make this a little bit bigger here. We're going to start down at the bottom there. Independent consultant. Average annual earnings is $206. Annual. Remember that. Median annual earnings is $108. If you remember from the last video, which if you didn't watch that video, there should be a title card up there. It'll be linked back to that video. Check it out. It was to Monat, and I had my Monat hat. So, got to look the part if you're going to talk about them, right? So we learned that the median annual earnings is closer to what you're going to make. That's $108 for the year. $108. Remember, they said before in the other example that they made between, I think it was like 150 and 300 or 200 and 500, but that was in 2019. So this is 2020 saying that your median income is going to be 108. The top 50, it made $2,622 for the year. The top 50 independent consultants made $2,622 in 2020. The bottom 50 averaged at $1. Now, it's important to understand that independent consultants is where you are really spending your money, or you're paying, or you're selling to your clients and preferred clients, which we'll get into the details, like I said, when we get further on into the success plan. But that's 56% of the independent consultants of Arbonne. And that's active, right? 56% of the active independent consultants earn as little as $1 and as much as $2,622 per year. There is no place in the world. Well, that's not true. That's not true. You might be able to take that to like a third world and be able to survive off that. But in America, where we're focusing now, there is no place in America where you can live off $2,622 a year and expect any kind of fun. That's the top. So let's say, okay, you bust yourself and you go up. You decide to take your 56, you work hard, you move up to district manager, right? District manager has an average annual earning of $2,299. Okay, that's much better than $206. But the median, what you're actually going to earn, is $1,769, right? That's the average of what a district manager makes. With the top individuals earning $16,166. Still, I mean, that is a far cry from 2,622, but still, I mean, I would be shocked if you could find a place in America where you could live off $16,000. I would be shocked. There's no way. Not by yourself. I mean, if you lived with mom and dad and you had no car, no cell phone, no nothing, that's the only income you had no bills, you might be able to at least feed yourself, right, for the year, but that's about it. The bottom 50 average, $21. That's 33% of the independent consultants. 33%. So you busted yourself to get up into 33%. You became part of the 33%. Is that impossible? No, it's not. That's not impossible. You could probably do that. You got to work at it, right? So then you think, okay, I'm going to really work hard and I'm going to get up to area manager. Now, the average annual earnings of area managers, I'll get this right. Area managers average $13,785. That's the average earning, with the median being $12,037. That's the likely what you're going to make as an area manager. With the top 50 making $46,780. Now, you could live off $46,000 a year. Many people do in America right now. That is your typical, not quite entry-level corporate job. Most entry-level corporate is between 32 and 38. This is more of your specialized. You've been in the company for a couple of years and you've applied internally and you've gotten into a new spot and you're able to negotiate with a little bit more money. You probably have between either 3 or 4 weeks paid time off, right? So yeah, that's the top. The low is 1,713. Again, you don't survive off that. That's of the 8%. So if you barely made it into the 33%, you're not making it into the top 8% of independent consultants for Arbonne. You're not going to do it. But let's say you do. You can look forward to $13,785 or $12,037, right? That's what you can look forward to a year. Can't survive. And then, of course, you've got the regional vice president right there. That average earnings is $62,711 with $58,719 being the median annual earnings. Now that is fine. You can survive off that. Even if you were the average of the regional vice presidents, you could be okay, live comfortably by yourself. You'd want to make sure you live below your means, but you could do it. $58,000, not bad. Top 50 made $130,000, $134,400 or $269, with the bottom average of $22,291. Even if you were in the bottom average of that at $22,291, you could survive. It would be tough, but you could survive. 2%. See right there? That is 2% of the company, and they claim that it'll take you from starting your life off as an independent consultant 35 months to be in the upper 2%. There's a lot of people trying to be in that upper 2% too. It's not just there's 200, 300 people doing this, right? This is a big deal. This is a big company. It's been around a long time. They have a lot of influence. They have a lot of independent consultants out there. Some of the inactive ones are starting to climb up. Some people get knocked back down. That's it. Now, national vice president, right? 253,000 average. Yeah, you could do all right with that. 173,677 is your median. If you're in the upper 1% of the company making that, you're fine, right? Granted, you probably don't have much of a social life, period, because you're going to be spending your entire time forcing your downline to buy your products so that you can get your qualifying volume to get up to where you can maintain your national vice president's area or executive national vice president, which we'll get into what that is later on. Even at the bottom, you're earning $94,000. That's insane. That's really good. I wish I could earn $94,000 in a year, Of course, that's the goal. I would rather have that as passive income, doing YouTube and stuff like that. That'd be great. Now, okay, argument about if YouTube's actually passive. We'll just assume for the sake of this argument that it is. I would love to be able to make that much just doing YouTube videos, right? But anyway, that's 1% of the company doing that. And they say it'll take you 60 months to get that far. But the average life of a car loan, right? So, and then down here it says, these figures do not represent Arbonne independent consultants' profits, as they do not include expenses such as renewal fees, $29 a year, event registration, which we'll get into that a little bit later, travel, office supplies, insurance premiums, etc., incurred by Arbonne independent consultants in the promotion of their business, are no guarantees regarding earnings, and the success or failure of each Arbonne independent consultant, like any other business, depends on your Own skills and personal effort. You should not rely on the results of other Arbonne independent consultants to indicate what you could expect to earn. So right there, they're saying, this is what we have. Don't expect to earn money. Don't expect that you're going to be anywhere in this. Like if you're busting yourself to barely get to the 33%, get out now. Get out now before you are too far gone in debt to where you feel super bad about leaving the company. Because truth be told, if you're struggling to get into 33%, it's going to get harder, as you'll see when we get to the success plan, because it just doesn't get any. No. What if I change my mind? You can send stuff back. That's a refund. Just don't open your products, because if you open your product and then go, I don't think this is right for me, you're not getting a refund. Now, this is actually pretty interesting. So this is the awards and incentive trip, right? In addition to the earnings opportunities in the success plan, Arbonne may offer awards, incentives, and recognition programs for its Arbonne independent consultants in 2020. Arbonne independent consultants, bullet point number 1, as vice president level, were eligible for the VP Success Award, which is an allowance starting at $200 a month to be applied to the purchase or lease of a white Mercedes-Benz. Now, that's based on team sales volume. Less than 2% of Arbonne independent consultants earn the VP Success Award. And if you remember, just by right here, 2%, right? Regional vice president, 2%. So that's where they're referencing that. 577 Arbonne independent consultants at the national vice president level were eligible to earn the MVP leadership meeting incentive trip to, I'm not going to try to pronounce that city in Hawaii, of which 565 earned the trip. So of the upper 2% of independent consultants currently with Arbonne in 2020, sorry, not currently, but in 2020, 577 of them at the national vice president level, right? Which we'll get into what that is. Only 565 of the 577 earned the trip. So a percentage of the upper 2% made it to the incentive trip. Think about that. 549 airborne independent consultants at the national vice president level were eligible to participate and earn in the MVP Challenge Trip Anniversary Adriatic Cruise, of which 28 earned the trip. So 549 of the top 2% of the independent consultants were eligible, but only 28 actually earned the trip. So hopefully you're not trying to get in and do all the fun stuff. Now here's the one that's more like what most people, me, because I'm not a salesperson. If I were doing this, I'd be in the 55%, maybe the 33%, right? Before I just had enough. So this one speaks to me here. It says 13,331 independent consultants registered to participate in the Arbonne incentive trip to Atlantis, Bahamas, of which 1,161 earned the trip. 13,000 people applied, 1,000 people made it. That's tough. Now I understand that trips and stuff like that, they have a limit of how many hotel rooms and stuff they could book. So, it's kind of tight. 549 Arbonne independent consultants at the national vice president level were eligible to earn a paid round-trip travel and a hotel suite at Arbonne's annual meeting, GTC, in Las Vegas, Nevada, of which 357 earned the trip in 2019. Due to pandemic restrictions, this event was not held in 2020. So, yeah, okay. It's odd to see an MLM actually care about the pandemic or what it does. I mean, as we saw with Paparazzi, who is now removing and blocking anybody specifying anything about how they held a super spreader event, as well as Monat, that is now blocking everybody on Instagram that mentions anything to them about the COVID-19 issue they had, considering that they decided to have a super spreader event as well, right in the height of the Delta variant and stuff like that, and the Mu variant. They're blocking everybody that says anything with it. Plenty of videos online if you want to learn about that. Go check it out. Yeah. So, but these guys, they held off in 2020. We'll see if they do it again in 2021. I doubt it. But yeah. So these figures do not include represent expenses such as event registration fees, travel for family members, etc., incurred by Arbonne independent consultants. So they don't cover much of anything. If you're a plebe or a peasant at an independent consultant level, you don't get the fancy stuff. I mean, you might, but come on. 13,000 applied for the Atlantis trip, 1,000 got it. Arbonne is a proud member of the Direct Selling Association. Since I touched on this, I'm just jumping in real fast here. Future mystery here. I thought it would be important to emphasize that the reason that they made such a thing about COVID and they didn't house their thing, at least in my opinion. I don't know this for certain. They may have done it for whatever reason. I mean, things were all shut down in 2020 anyway, right? But Arbonne actually got in trouble back in 2019 about making false claims so badly that the FTC sent them a warning letter. I happen to have the warning letter. You can find it online. It's not like it's hard to get. I'll leave a link for the letter in the description if you want to read it yourself. I am going to go ahead and read it here just because I feel it's only like a page, but I feel like it's important for you to understand like what they got in trouble for, right? So let me go ahead and pull this up in the main view and we will go over it together. So 1 second here. Oh no. Oh, there we go. Okay. Sorry, it's ridiculous. I'm loving that thing though. I got that from what is it? Nerd or Die, I think is the website. Bought it a while ago. Figured I might as well use it. Anyway, that right there is the FTC letter that was sent to Arbonne as a warning, right? Because they got their hand smacked. Let's go ahead and make it bigger so we can read it here. April 24th, 2020. Okay, so I was wrong. It was sent in April 24th, but it was regarding claims that were made during 2019 with the COVID. It says, Dear Miss Chawla, I may be mispronouncing that. I apologize if I am. Federal Trade Commission, or FTC, staff has reviewed social media posts made by Arbonne International, LLC, Arbonne, business opportunity participants or representatives that unlawfully advise or advertise that certain products treat or prevent coronavirus disease 2019, COVID-19, and misrepresented that consumers who became Arbonne business opportunity participants are likely to earn substantial income. This letter is to provide you with information about laws and regulations enforced by the FTC that may bear upon your business activities, including the activities of your business opportunity participants and representatives. Some examples of COVID-19 prevention or treatment claims made by your business opportunity participants or representatives include, and this is a tweet, or I'm sorry, IGTV, or it's one of them, but I'll be going live on my IGTV in a couple of hours talking about a product which we've got over at Arbonne called Immunity Support. Drop me a message if you're interested in finding out more and how you can boost up your immune system right now. Hashtag coronavirus, hashtag immune system. So they're already claiming right there that it's going to help you avoid COVID-19. FTC didn't like that. Figured, all right, we're going to burn them for that. Then we have some examples of earnings claims made by your business opportunity participants or representatives that include living in quarantine and where 14 million people applied for unemployment just last week, ... I'll stick with the opportunity to change people's lives, ... Turn a small investment into six figures, ... Arbonne, hashtag quarantine, hashtag 2020. Income earnings claim. Can't do that. Can't do that. Policy and procedure very clearly specifies that you cannot make claims on earnings. They themselves tell you that you're not going to earn a lot of money. They do not go out of their way to show you that or to tell you that you're going to make a lot of money, as we already went over, right? Another one they have here is, we have been thrown into a massive economic collapse in the past 13 years, ... Arbonne is a legitimate business that rewards you for your hard work. In a little over 1 year, my wife, which looks like the wife's name was redacted, is about 6 months away from replacing her income from working 40 hours a week at a local college. In addition, the possibilities are endless. I have met those who make $22,000 a month as national vice presidents. $22,000 a month. There's an income claim. 1% of the company, national vice presidents. Right? Wasn't that what it was? We'll double check. Has this shutdown given you the ability to make small investment into a big future and let you own your own business? So that was addition to that. My bad. It is unlawful under the FTC Act 15 U.S.C, whatever that symbol is, 41 ETSEQ, which probably means something, but I don't speak legal like that. To advertise that a product can prevent, treat, or cure human diseases unless you possess competent and reliable scientific evidence, including, when appropriate, well-controlled human clinical studies substantiating that the claims are true at the time they're made. For COVID-19, no such study is currently known to exist for the products identified above. Surprise, right? I'm not. Let's see here. Thus, any coronavirus-related prevention or treatment claims regarding such products are not supported by competent and reliable scientific evidence. A shocker, right? Let's see here. You must immediately cease making all such claims. Additionally, I love this. Additionally, representations about business opportunity, including earnings claims, violate Section 5 of the FTC Act if they are false, misleading, or unsubstantiated, can't say that word, sorry, and material to consumers. Express and implied earnings claims must be truthful and non-misleading to avoid being deceptive, which means that claims about potential to achieve a wealthy lifestyle, career-level income, or significant income are false or misleading if business opportunity participants generally do not achieve such results. I like that. Career-level income. I'm going to start using that on our financial dives in the other companies that we go over. Even truthful testimonials from participants who do earn a significant income or more will Even truthful testimonials from participants who do earn significant income or more will likely be misleading unless the advertising also makes clear the amount earned or lost by most participants, which they're never going to tell you how much they lose. Think about it. These people are saying they make $22,000 a month. How much of that $22,000, if true, they actually get to keep and use as income earned, right? You're still going to pay taxes on it because you're getting notified that you're going to be paying you're getting $22,000 a month. But how much of that $22,000 is immediately thrown right back into the company? And what I mean by that is thrown immediately at your downline, buying products for them so that they can rank up with you so that you can maintain your structure, which we'll get into this. Well, I think at this point you probably already got over the structure, but your business opportunity participants and representatives must immediately cease making all express and implied earnings claims that would be false or misleading to current prospective participants, which is why they had a 2020 success plan that we looked at where they specified all these things like you will not make this money. Unfortunately, I don't have access to a compensation plan or anything like that prior to. I can't imagine Arbonne itself would put that on their website, which is why I think they're mainly focusing on the independent consultants, which, fun fact, it's not your own business, right? Because if it was your own business, then the FTC would send you this letter, your business this letter, saying substantiated claims, right? So think about that one. You are responsible for the claims of your business opportunity participants and representatives. Even the FTC doesn't buy that they are actually owning their own business. As the FTC stated in January 2019 Business Guidance Concerning Multi-Level Marketing, which that's the same article that we looked at before. It's really good if you haven't checked it out. Highly recommend it. I'll add a link in the description. The compensation structure of multi-level marketing entity, or MLM, may create incentives for its participants to make certain representations to current or prospective participants. As a consequence, an MLM should direct its participants not to make false, misleading, or unsubstantiated representations, and monitor its participants so they don't make false, misleading, or unsubstantiated representations. You are advised to review all claims related to your products and business opportunity and immediately cease and require your business opportunity participants and representatives to cease making claims that are not supported by the evidence or substantiation described above. In other words, show us the scientific research or shut your mouth, right? If you don't, we're the FTC. We'll fine you. Here's the best part. Within 48 hours, so when they received this, they had to respond within 48 hours. Please send a reply via email to COVID-19 Task Force at ftc.gov describing the specific actions you have taken to address the FTC's concerns. If you have any questions regarding the compliance, reach out to the same email. Sincerely, FTC Commissions, like the Federal Trade Commission staff. And that's it. 2-page letter. I felt it was important for you to see it, read it, hear it, because the FTC is really starting to take these things serious. Now, they are a government entity, and they can fine. I'm not familiar what type of criminal activity they can report and pursue. I don't know. They may be able to get the FBI involved if it turns out that there's something criminal going on aside from the pyramid scheme, which is clearly criminal. But they are not having any of it, and it's getting even better now. So, yeah, just wanted to jump in there and say that. So I'm going to go ahead and get back to other mystery so that you don't have to worry about reading more FTC articles. The success plan. This is probably the most confusing, unnecessarily confusing compensation plan I've seen so far. And I mean that because there's so many, there's not a lot of levels to Arbonne, but there are a lot of requirements to move to the levels, which explains why you can go from 55% to 33% to 8% to 2 and 1%, right? And when you see this, and we go over the details here, we're going to talk about just like how nasty this is, right? So of course, your first level is going to be how you earn, right? Your overview. It says the Arbonne compensation plan, which we call the success plan, provides an opportunity for you to earn by selling products to your own clients, building a team and teaching your own team to do the same. It takes time, effort, and activity to build your Arbonne business, so however much or little of these factors you choose to devote will determine your earnings and success levels. You can benefit from building a team, whether you want to focus on or expand your personal sales. The more you help your team grow their sales volume by focusing on improving sales with their clients, the more you will be rewarded as you move through the success plan. This is entry level, right? You've paid your $79 for your starter kit, as well as your $49 sign-on fee that is then $29 for the rest of the year. Or not the rest of the year, but every year after to renew. And we're here at the how do you earn? Arbonne independent consultants earn in 4 ways through the success plan. Client commissions are profits paid to you by personal product sales to your clients, which 35% of suggested retail price, or SRP, suggested retail price, and preferred clients at 15% of SRP. So you get 35% commission from just to your clients. So if you are able to actually get friends, family, people you don't know to actually buy the product from you, then you'll get 35% of that. Now your preferred clients, which they do go into explaining what a preferred client is a little later. I think it's like a repeating client. You get 15%. Right, so cool. Overrides are paid to you on the product sales volume of your team made to the clients and preferred clients. So that right there, you have one way to earn money that is not team related. That's not recruitment related. Right there, they tell you have one way to earn money. That means you can earn 35% of suggested retail price commission and preferred client commission at 15%. So right there, you're only two ways to make money by just selling the product. That's it. Now, I think it's important to specify that because while you do sell the product later on, while you're in the teams, most of it is sold to your downlines so that you can advance. Because it doesn't much matter how you get the qualifying volume as much as you get the qualified volume. And when we look at these qualified volume numbers, you'll see why. Achiever awards are available at each level based on personal and/or team product sales when you build a team and your team makes sales. Vice President Success Award is available only to vice presidents and based on the vice president team product sales volume. That's the 2% of independent consultants and the 1% of independent consultants. In addition to these earnings opportunities in the Success Plan, Arbonne may offer incentives and reward and recognition programs for its Arbonne independent consultants. Refer to the information in your Arbonne My Office website for applicable offers. Now, I don't have access to that. So, what can you do? Key concepts for understanding the compensation benefits. We're going to read this so that we can get an understanding of the basic concepts because these, you're going to see SRP, RV, OV, QV, PQV, SLPQV, I think is what it is. Yeah, so you're going to see all this here, so we're going to go ahead and go over it right now. Arbonne, all Arbonne products have a suggested retail price, SRP, retail volume, RV, and qualifying volume, QV. These help you understand your earnings and benefits. SRP, this is used to calculate product discounts and client-preferred client commissions paid for product sales, right? RV, this is used to calculate override volume, or OV. And OV, this is used to calculate the overrides paid for product sales. OV is 65% of RV, right? So RV being retail volume. So your OV, or your override volume, is 65% of your retail volume. It's already a little complicated, right? QV, this is used to calculate the volume from product sales to qualify for promotions and maintenance of the titles in the Success Plan, the 4 titles, as well as incentives and other rewards. It is the universal point system that we standardize across each country. So, qualifying volume. QV, that is one you're going to see a lot as we go forward here. Please note, starter kits, business aids, business fees, i.e. registration and renewal, sample packs, and product specials do not have RV or QV. You cannot make any kind of earnings off of those. Therefore, items without RV or QV do not generate commissions and overrides and do not count towards qualification or maintenance. Discounted or value-priced products set commissions and overrides and do not count towards qualification or maintenance. Discounted or value-priced product sets or other product specials may have reduced RV and QV and reduced client and preferred client commissions. That's interesting. So if they decide to turn around and say, okay, we're running a sale on this, we're going to go ahead and give this bunch away for free to try to get more people to buy, you don't get the same qualification volume. It's reduced. They don't specify how much it's reduced, but it's reduced. Qualified status. At all levels of the Success Plan, you need to achieve qualified status. By accumulating 150 personal qualifying volume, or PQV, each month to receive overrides, 500 PQV for paid as consultants to receive an override, awards and other incentives, and qualify for promotion to and maintain the team management levels at Arbonne, which are district manager and above, which is rank 2 at 33%. So as soon as you get to rank 2 at 33% of the company, or the independent consultants, which is your district manager, you have to start qualifying. Your group qualifies for paid as consultants, so 500 PQV, and you still have to do your own 150. Nothing new. We've seen that stuff before. Personal qualifying volume, or PQV, equal to the qualifying volume from the product sales through your Arbonne account and the product sales through your personally registered clients and preferred clients. So now that there's another statement there specifying that, right there, there's no earnings guarantees, right? Consultant, first step towards success. Now they're hoping that, at least in my opinion, I feel like they're hoping that you're going to go ahead and go, okay, overview, cool. That's what all you need to know, and we're done. Oh, okay, so you want to dive in a little bit deeper. Okay, here we go. Consultant, first step towards success. Each Arbonne independent consultant begins at the first level of success plan as an independent consultant, or IC. Most earnings at this level will come from personal sales to clients and preferred clients, PC. You have the ability to increase your potential earnings when you personally register other Arbonne independent consultants who also sell Arbonne products to their own clients and preferred clients. There is no limit to how many clients and preferred clients you can register or how many Arbonne independent consultants you can register who also build their own teams. So right there, they're saying there's no limit to how many people you can have under you. So they're pushing you at that point there. They're saying, look, recruit, recruit, recruit. The more people you have working as independent consultants underneath you, the more money you're going to make. That's what they're saying. But they're not saying it. But they're saying it, right? If you see what I mean? 35% discount on SRP of Arbonne products. So you get a discount. 35% client commission. We already know that. 15% preferred client commission. Now we're getting into the juice right here, right? 6% override on the override volume, or OV, from the product sales of your personally registered independent consultants when you accumulate 500 PQV in the same month. So you get 6% from the people underneath you when the people underneath you accumulate 500 PQV in the same month, on top of you doing your own 150. So you may not get that. You may be able to reach independent consultant. Well, I guess everyone can be an independent consultant, right? You may be able to set up a team underneath you, but doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to actually make it, right? Because they have to do it. If these people aren't, putting in the same work, you're not going to get it. $100 Independent Consultant Achiever Award when you personally register a minimum of 2 new independent consultants or preferred clients who each accumulate at least 150 PQV in product sales in their start month. And in the same month, you accumulate 150 PQV and 2,500 Success Line Qualifying Volume, or SLQV. So here they give you a glance, right? Oh, key concepts right here. Let's see what Success Line Qualifying Volume is. Your PQV plus the PQV from all Arbonne independent consultants who have been registered below you, your downline. Let's see. Unless they have promoted to a higher title in the success plan, jumped over you. Thus, the promoted airborne independent consultants and anyone registered below you are excluded from your SLQV. Frontline and width. There is no limit to the amount of people you can personally register as independent consultants or register as preferred client or client. Independent consultants you personally register are your frontline, your downline, your frontline, I like how they call it that, and create width in your business, which maximizes your overall opportunity. So right there, it's recruit, recruit. And what they're referring to is this little group right here. This little group right here is your 6%. So what they don't tell you right here is this is your regional collection, which we'll get into later. So you make 6% off all the sales of the people underneath you. Now that looks pretty good, but you got to be careful. If they leapfrog you, you no longer get the benefit from them. So you want to maintain your 2 levels, your 35% and your 15%, right? And while also doing this, and you want to have this line as long as possible. You want that to be just a ton of people underneath you. And you want those people to start building people. So that's the game right there, right? Recruit and earn. Cool. Let's say you do that. And you jump your happy self right up to district manager. Now's where it starts to get a little tough. You can promote to district manager by meeting the volume requirements over a 1, 2, or 3-month period. Choose your own pace, take your time, and enjoy the journey. Sounds kind of pleasant, right? Like, there's no rush. Don't push into it. Just let it happen naturally. Each qualification journey also has an advanced track area manager option, right? So let's look at what it is. Let's say you are, to the wall and you're not going to stop anything. You are getting district manager in your first month, or in 1 month, you're going to do it. What do you need to do it? 1,000 PQV or personal qualifying volume and 6,000 SLQV. So that means you got to push yourself. Now you only need to have 150 to maintain active status, but you got to push yourself to 1,000. And you got to carry your team. Your team has to be able to carry their own weight to 6,000 SLQV. That is the goal, right? That's 1 month, boom, we're done. We made it. 2 months. Let's say you want to stretch it out. Like, well, okay, that's asking a bit much. Let's try maybe the 2-month thing, right? Doesn't get any easier. 2 months. Qualify over a consecutive 2-month period when you accumulate over the 2 months 1,000 PQV and 6,000 SLQV. So you still have the same requirement as 1 month, but you can spread it out over 2. So it might be a little easier, right? You're barely able to make half that, or you're barely able to make your 150, and your team is barely able to make their 500. You're not moving forward, but say you do. This wouldn't be much of a video if we just stopped right there, right? Month 1, 1,000 PQV or 2,500 SLQV to start the qualification period. So you got to get at least 1,000 for yourself, as well as the 2,500 from your group to even start. Then 2,500 for yourself. No, I'm incorrect. I'm sorry. 2,500 in SLQV in your last month. Each month, 150. So you still have to do your 150. Plus you have to qualify at least one of the 2 months at 1,000 for PQV. And you have to earn 2,500 and 2,500. 6,000. So, still doing this 3 months. Same deal. 1,000 PQV and 7,500 SLQV. So if you want to go a little bit longer and do it over a 3-month period, you got to work a little bit harder on your team. 1 month, 1,000 PQV and 2,500 SLQV to start the qualification period. Months 3, 2,500 SLQ in your last month, each month 100 PQV. So you still have to do it. Now, pickup credit is interesting. I see pickup credit as kind of a consolation prize, right? So pickup credit, if you have personally registered and helped Arbonne independent consultants who are already paid as district managers or above, then you can apply 650 QV pickup credit to the count towards your SLQV requirement each applicable month during your qualification period. Maximum 650 credit, regardless of how many you have promoted. So if you think about that, what they're saying is that if you have people underneath you that leapfrog you, then you're going to get a one-time, just one item of 650 to apply towards your stuff, because you're losing that whole leg of the individual that's there. They're now at your level and advancing past you. So as a consolation prize, thank you for bringing those people to the company. We're going to give you a reward of 650 QV, which 650 when you're requiring 6,000 or 750 or 7,500. I mean, sure, it's better than nothing, but is it? Right? Now they have some examples and more of a table, like a spreadsheet breakdown here. Month 1, it's the same thing we just went over, but it's more leveled out, right? So month 1, 150, month 2, 850, totaling 1,000. You do 2,500 and 3,500, totaling it out. Advanced track qualification. Now, we didn't really talk about advanced track qualification before, but let's go ahead and do it now. Sorry, I've done this a couple times. My voice is getting a little gone. So bear with me. I'm going to try to see if I can get it back up. Advanced track qualification. If you complete one of the qualifications options above in the last month of your qualification, you have a minimum of 10,000 SLQV. Whew. You will also complete your first qualification month towards area manager. It's kind of a big deal, right? So they're saying if you're able to push your team to the max and you in your first month or in your qualification options, you get 10,000 SLQV, which is the first requirement for area manager in 1 month. The pickup credit for area manager qualification cannot be applied to 10,000 SLQV. Now, the pickup credit for that is kind of steep, which is why they're not going to let you accept that one. But you've already completed one of your many steps, so they're trying to make it a little bit easier for you to get to the top. 1%, 2%. Now you're a district manager. As a district manager, you're building your business with personal sales while simultaneously building a team of Arbonne independent consultants. Your team is your central district. This is important. This includes your own product sales to your clients, preferred clients. Oh, I missed a word there. Because you are a part of a team, when you help others promote to district manager, they will move out of your central district team to form their own central district teams, which become the first generation districts to you, which is big because then you start earning a generational bonus, right? You are now an executive district manager, EDM, and will earn the product sales of not only your central district, but also your first generation districts, as well as any districts that they promote up to 3 generations deep when you maximize the success plan. So then you go up to 8% on your override, 8% of your first generation's OV, 2% of your override in your second generation, 1% on your third generation, right? And you get the $200 District Manager Achiever Award. Now, this is where they have this nice, we saw this before. Remember, I told you there's this guy over here who's like talking to them, stuff like that. So these are apparently all Arbonne independent consultants, executive national vice president. Like, these are all people in the company, whatever, I don't care. Earnings at a glance. So this is kind of how it works for you. So now you have your central district, which is the body of you, EDM, and you get 8%, right? Then you got your clients and your preferred clients. First generation, 8%, second generation EDM, 2%, third generation. So if your EDMs have EDMs who have EDMs, then you earn generational bonus on that. If you don't, then sorry about you. So yeah, now your DMs are not, you don't get any additional generational bonus for their setup because they have to become EDMs themselves. Maintenance. As a district manager, you will need to achieve 25 Central District QV each month. See page 16 for full details. So now you have even more qualification requirements. So if you want to be a district manager, you'll need to achieve 2,500 Central District QV each month. So now your total all has to be 25 on top of the other ones that you need to earn. So yeah. And then pickup credits. We're talking about pickup credits again. We've already gone over this. Executive, when you promote a consultant from your central district to your first generation district, you become an executive district manager. We already went over that. We're hitting you on these high points. They're making it nice, right? Stepping to area manager. Now, area manager is the 8% of the company, I think, right? 8% of the company. Yeah. Area managers is the 8%. So, okay. Stepping up to area manager. Fun stuff, right? So we're not going to go over, I'm not going to read all of these. It's the same qualification. You have a 2 or 3 month period. You don't have 1 month because I don't think you can do it in 1 month. Right? Again, your pace is up to you and you decide. There is no calm pace at this point. If you're pushing for the 8% of the company, you are riding your team like you're at the races and you're a jockey, right? Like you are leading your sled dogs to make it to another point in a race and say like a sled dog race or something like that. Like I know it's kind of messed up, but that's kind of like what it is, right? Like you are forcing these people to move forward. You're really making them stay up just as late as you're staying up to do things. It's not good, but you do you. But let's look at the qualifications. So to promote, in your 2 months, you need to accumulate 24,000 qualified volume over both months. That's 10,000 in month 1, 10,000 in both 2. Each month while still earning your 150 PQV as well as your 2,500 district qualifying volume. Or you could do 3 months where you do month 1, 10,000, month 2, 2,500, and month 3, 10,000 again. Still earning your stuff, right? After you've achieved the 2,500 qualifying volume in your central district, you may then count a maximum of 10,000 QV from each first generation. So you can only go up to 10,000 per month, which is why you can't do it in 1 month. They need you to do at least 2 or 3 months to separate things out, since you have a cap of what you can earn per month. Success line including volume from first generation districts promoted out to area managers or above, and to help you reach your qualifying volume goal during the qualification period, right? Pickup credit, it jumps up 2,500. Pickup credit for people that come out from underneath you and stuff like that. The 2,500 will be included in your 10,000 qualifying, right? And they got another breakdown of how you do it right here. Stuff is crazy, right? 2-month example, like this is where they're hoping that you're no longer paying attention, because you have a lot of stuff to do. If you want to get up into the 8%, this is what you got to do. It just gets even worse the higher up you go, right? Advanced track qualification. If you complete the qualifications above in the last month of your qualification, you have a minimum of 40,000 SLQV. You will also complete your first month qualification towards regional vice president, 1%. To pick up the credit for the regional qualifications cannot be applied the 4,000 SLQV for this advanced track option. Now you're an area manager, right? Congratulations. You've made it into the upper 8% of independent consultants. 6% override on your central area OV, 6% on your first generation OV, 1% on your second, 1% on your third, and you get a $400 area achiever award. Now we'll show you what all this is down later on. This stuff is... Understand the difficulty level for this stuff here. There are exceptions to every rule, but I say this every time I do one of these videos. You will not make this. You will not make this. In fact, most of the people that are out there claiming that they are this are not, because you'll find out there is a, it's basically a performance plan. Like if you're familiar with any kind of corporate corrective action, they put you on a performance plan. So there's a title option on here, and I'll show it to you when we get to it. But in fact, I'll just hold off on that till we get to it. So now you have your 6% OV for your district. You now have your district in your area. So you're earning more money, supposedly. Still, you're only earning your generation bonus for executive area managers underneath you, right? Plus you have a 10,000 central area qualifying volume requirement each month. So you went up from 2,500 to 10,000. If you found it hard to get your team to get you up even to qualify for area manager, imagine trying to get the maintenance for this. And then, of course, executives. Yay, that's how you got to do it. Stepping into regional vice president. This is the 2% of independent consultants. Promote to regional vice president, 2 months or 3 months. Same setup. You need to do that, but you have to do 40,000 qualifying volume. Or if you do 3 months, you got to do 40,000 in 2 months. Accumulate a total of 120,000 qualifying volume over 3 months. Oh, this is why when you watch videos online of the people who get out of MLMs, and they say, you know, I didn't get any sleep, my health was suffering, it was painful, my friends and family stopped talking to me. This is why. Because in order to get these qualifying volumes, you've got to hustle people, you've got to hustle your downline. Your downline's buying from you all the way through. You're buying from them to get your numbers up in total, and it's all coming together as this one big tornado of money that is coming out of your pocket. So if you are earning any kind of bonus per month with this, and you are making money, you're losing it immediately. Through this to try to get to the next rank, right? Because the goal is to get up into the top 2 and 1% so you can get that car bonus, right? Qualify for incentive trips and everything else that they hold in front of you like a carrot to try to get you to do. Qualifying, 10,000 qualifying pickup credit if you lose people out from underneath you. You may count a maximum of 40,000 qualifying from each first generation paid as area manager. So you have a cap per month in your earnings for 40,000. And you need 120,000 to qualify to make that next rank. It's more of the same here. This is, it's daunting to look at it from this side, right? When you're looking at things like this, is work. I mean, sure, that's the name of the game. If you want to succeed at anything, it's going to be work, true. But like, you're not even getting paid. Because remember, while you're doing all of this, we already saw what your annual earning is going to be when you get into these ranks. You're still not making a living wage with this stuff. So you're busting yourself and you're working several hours a day in addition to probably having another job too. You're putting up your social medias because you're trying to show that you're having this great time, that you're doing all these things, and you're lying to yourself and lying to other people about being super successful and making all this money and living this great, Arbonne life that you're not even really supposed to be saying anyway, but you're doing it because you need to. You're being pushed by your upline and everybody else underneath you to get these things out, to draw more people in. You're sitting down at these parties, spam messaging people on Facebook, trying to get people to sign up and become part of your whole setup. Trying to chase this carrot. Chase this carrot. Now you're a regional vice president. Congratulations. You get 3% override on your central region OV, 3% override on all of your first generations, 2% on your second, 2% on your third, and a $600 Vice President Achiever Award with 60,000 qualifying volume and a minimum of 30 new consultants. You need to have 30 new independent consultants and or preferred clients in your central region who accumulate at least 150 in product sales in their own clients or preferred clients, each in their start month. Month 1, start month. You will receive the Greater District Area Manager, the Greater of the District Manager, Area Manager, or Vice President Achiever Award when you qualify for more than one. Not to mention, you get the RVP Success Award is available to all RVPs when the RVP provides documentation that he or she has purchased or leased the white Mercedes-Benz. You made it. You made it. You now get that coveted white Mercedes-Benz at a fleet discount, because the contract that Arbonne has with Mercedes-Benz is that these are considered fleet vehicles to them. So, which, that's not a bad thing. My truck was once a fleet vehicle. It's bare bones. You get to choose what you want. But speaking of the Mercedes-Benz, though, I read an article on, what's that called? Fancy Ladies Tea or something like that. I'll find the article and I'll put it up in the description. But they were referring to this one lady who was in the upper 2 or 1%. She was earning $1,000. So she was in the upper 1% of Arbonne, earning $1,000 towards her as her car bonus, right? And she had a family, so she got a white Mercedes-Benz SUV. And her monthly payment on that was $1,100, which if you're getting $1,000 from Arbonne, that's no big deal. You can come up with 100 bones to throw at the top of that, and you've got yourself a nice white Mercedes-Benz SUV, completely kitted out with Arbonne logos on the side for additional horsepower. And she then lost. I can't remember if she got cut from the company or if she just started to not be able to hit her achievements and started dropping down the ladder. And then she finally was then responsible for the entire $1,100 payment, and she couldn't afford it. And she's basically car poor now, which, if you're not familiar with car poor, it means that you have purchased a vehicle that takes the entirety of your monthly pay or your monthly earnings to pay for it. A lot of people find themselves house poor so when you qualify for real estate, they will try to get you like total amount. So say you qualified for $230,000 to buy a house. You don't want to spend a full $230,000 on a house loan, because that's going to be ridiculous. You want to take that money and be able to get anything in there. Now, if you're making money like that in a different setup and you can afford that, fine. But most people that qualify for like $230,000 only go for about $180,000 house, right? This is my experience. So you become house poor if you go for the max, where all of your money goes to that one thing. So these cars are not bought and paid for by Arbonne. You buy them in your name, rent or lease, in your name. And then once you've done your party, which we'll go over, it's a fun little website. You have to do a announcement party and a reveal party for your Benz, all under the sanction eye of Arbonne. You can then qualify for these car credits. Oh, so then you've got all of your earnings here. They're saying you're going to make all this additional money, but let's say this is not enough. You now have 40,000 central region qualifying volume though. So, you know, better don't sleep. You got work to do. Stepping into national vice president, upper 1%. This is the upper 1%. Now, like we said before, in the 2% and 1%, you're making a living wage, and in the 1%, even the average is pretty good. You're still doing pretty well for yourself for the lowest. I think it was like 94,000, right? Still got to have your 150 PQV, but each month you got to have over 160,000 qualifying volume in order to make that. Or that's the 2 month, right? That's the 2 months. So you got to have 160,000. 3 months, you got to total 480,000 qualifying volume over 3 months. That is so much volume. 160,000 on QV to start the qualification period. Month 3, you have to have 160,000 QV in your last month. Each month you earn personally 150. That is, I mean, look at this. This is a spreadsheet table right here. Now you're a vice president. As a national vice president, you have reached the top leadership title of Arbonne's success plan. Your central nation includes your regions and anyone your success line that is not yet promoted to national vice president. To reach the highest level of success, you'll want to focus on developing and mentoring tomorrow's leaders to create strong and substantial sales teams. When you help promote others promote to national vice president, they will move out of your central nation team and form their own central nation teams, which become first generation nations. And they, to you, obviously, you are now an executive national vice president. They throw these titles around like there's some big, huge thing. There was one corporation where that I worked for that had, like, every department had 2 or 3 VPs and AVPs and stuff like that, which is assistant vice president. Not like, assistant to the vice president, but like assistant vice presidents. And it was just a title. It was just a pay code, and it was nothing special. You didn't really have anything except a lot of responsibility. You didn't really make a whole lot more than when you were just a regular supervisor. But let's see, where was I? Executive National Vice President, and will earn the product sales, not only your central nation, did I read this right? Executive National Vice President, and will earn the product sales of not only your central nation, but also your first generation nation and any nations they promote up to 6 generations deep. When you maximize success plan, this addition to the client preferred, client commission, district overrides, area overrides, and region overrides you are already earning. So to truly maximize Arbonne's compensation plan, you'll need to have at least 6 direct national vice presidents, a 6-wide ENVP. Remember, there's no limit to how many NVPs you can promote directly to you, so you can continue to grow earnings by continuing to promote and mentor NVPs as they create more sales volume in their success lines. Promote, promote, promote. It's the only real way to make money in this. Well, not promote. Sorry, recruit, recruit, recruit. And this is your earnings that you get. Pause the video if you want to look at it. I'm not going to read all this. It's disgusting. The MVP Success Award is available to all NVPs, provides documentation that he or she has purchased lease. So at this point, it's the car, right? And there's the 1,000 that person was talking about, right? As a national vice president, we're looking at maintenance here. As a national vice president, you will need to achieve 160,000 Central Nation QV each month to stay at this paid as title. You may apply to any MVP promotional credits towards your 160 requirements. See page 16 for more details. Goodness. Key concepts. Okay, this is interesting. This is the key concepts and features. This is what I was talking about, where there's like a performance plan. If you've ever worked at a corporation and you've kind of not performed, or you kind of got a little bit of trouble, not like, you're fired immediately trouble, but like your performance isn't working. They put you on a PIP or a performance plan. I think, what's a PIP? It's usually a 90-day period, 30, 60, 90. It's dependent upon your company, where you are, you're reviewed and you're audited a lot more to make sure that you're going to be good. And it's also a way for them to set up to where they can fire you if you fail on the PIP. So, central QV maintenance requirements. Each month, district managers and above have a specific central QV maintenance requirement that they need to reach to maintain their paid as title. DMs of 2,500, AMs 10,000, RVPs 40,000, and NVPs 160,000. Performance accounts. So performance accounts are actually interesting. It's kind of like your additional overflow that of your cap gets put into like a savings plan, so that you can call on it if you have a month where you don't quite meet it. You can then pull from that and put it into your performance to make sure that you maintain your paid as title. The performance account PA is there to assist in the months when your central QV from product sales is lower than your central QV maintenance requirement. Each paid as district manager and above has performance accounts where Arbonne adds or deducts QV based on the following criteria. So examples: central district is 3,400 minus your monthly maintenance 2,500. Contribution is PA is 900. So the overflow goes into it, right? And there's a cap. Upon promotion or reassignment from one level to the next, any points remaining in your PA balance will transfer to the next title with you and will have a 2-month building period during which all central QV from product sales is deposited into your PA without any maintenance deduction. This does not apply when a district manager is reassigned to a consultant, because there is no PA at the consultant level, and any balance will be removed. Consultants who re-promote to district manager will again have a PA, but will not regain any of the previous balance. What that means is if you fail to qualify to be a district manager, you drop from that 33% back into the 55%, you lose your PA, your additional contribution. So you can't apply that to your qualifications at all. When you promote to another Arbonne independent consultant from your central to your first generation paid as title, you also receive a 2-month building period to which all central QV from product sales is deposited into your PA without maintenance deduction. It says paid as regional and national vice presidents will receive promotional credits for each one generation, region, or nation, respectively, if needed to meet paid monthly. These promotional credits are not generated by product sales and are only used for purpose of calculating central maintenance and VP success award volume. They will be added to help you reach, but not to exceed, your monthly central QV maintenance, and will not be contributed to the PA. Guys, this is painful. Remember when I told you in the beginning of this video that the success plan was incredibly long and boring? I'm going to go ahead and say that at this point, right now, if you've made it this far into the video, which I'm recording it, it's about 1 hour and 37 minutes into the recording. There's a bunch of stuff I'm going to cut it out, so it's probably not that same time. But if you've made it this far into the video, I would almost put money on the fact that you know more about being an independent consultant than the majority of independent consultants that are currently working as independent consultants for Arbonne. You know more. We've gone through it. And you tell me, going through all of this and seeing the percentages that we had before, independent consultants are 55%, district managers are 33%, area managers 8%, first level vice president 2%, and the top level vice president 1%. Are you going to want to do that? Why not just go get a job at like a call center? It's not the best. Or look online and find ways to build passive income through like actual affiliate marketing, stuff like that. I mean, there are ways to make money that don't involve sacrificing your life essentially to Facebook so that you can send messages to people and get people to sign up for your stuff and buying and doing this whole crazy painful cycle. Because I guarantee, and I'll make this guarantee because it's fact, like this is fact. If you are pushing yourself to get to the upper 2 or 1% of these companies, then you don't really have a limit when it comes to corporate. Get into a corporation that you like, and if you're that tenacious, you're going to do so well in the corporate environment where you're actually getting a monthly paycheck, bi-weekly paycheck, or not bi-weekly, bi-monthly paycheck, goodness. Benefits, vacation time, even salary, you only really have to do a 40-hour work week. You might have to do 50 hours depending on what kind of stuff you're in. So you'll have some free time. I mean, people always talk about how terrible it is working for corporations. And I mean, if you don't like working for a corporation, that's fine. But at the end of the day, your quality of life is going to be so much better working for a corporation or working for your own business, putting all this time into your own business, not an MLM owned business, that you're going to have so much. It's just going to be better for you. Just don't do this. This is ridiculous. This is insane. Oh yeah, you have a yearly QV limit too. Each calendar year beginning in January 1st and ending in December 31st, there is a limit on the QV amount district managers and above can draw from their PA to assist in maintenance. So even if you build up a ridiculous amount into your PA account, you can only pull so much of it in a year. So if you're a DM, you can only pull 7,500 QV out of it. Say you've got 9,000 or 10,000 or whatever it is in there, you've only got the ability to pull 7,500 of it, which you could lose that in a month, 2 months. If you have takes you 12 months to reach the cap, 3 months to lose it. AM 30,000, RVP 120,000, and NVP 480,000. If you deplete your yearly QV limit before the calendar year is over, or your monthly QV requirement is not met and the resulting PA balance is negative, this is key, you will qualify for all benefit associated with your paid as title that month. However, you will be reassigned to the next lower paid as title on the first of the month. So if you fail to qualify for the requirements that are set up to be the vice president, you drop down. Now this is funny. Title maintenance. This is your action plan. If you are reassigned to a lower paid as title, you will retain the higher title for recognition purposes for the period specified below. So that means that this person comes in there and says, I'm a regional vice president. Join my team. I'm a regional vice president. You don't know if they still are, because a regional vice president can still call themselves a regional vice president for 9 months after failing to qualify for regional vice presidency. District managers, 3 months. You could be an independent consultant, hop into district manager for a month, fail every month after that, still for 3 months after that, call yourself a district manager. Use that to bring people in. It's a way to cushion that blow so people still think you are as high up as you claim you are. Because, if someone comes up to you and says, I'm a regional vice president for this company, and I want you to be a part of my company. I see a lot of potential in you. I think that you got what it takes. You're going to pay attention, because even though regional vice president is just a title, it sounds more than what it is. So yeah, if you fail these, let's see, what else does it say there? If your paid as title is lower than your recognition title, then you are considered in title maintenance. or your action plan. But, if you own your own business, you don't get to be put on an action plan in your own business. So right there, it's not your business. You're still a consultant. And they're not going to pay you. Well, you're not paying you. I mean, you're being paid for the stuff you do. But they're not going to recognize you as what you claim to be if you don't play by their rules. So still, you're not your own boss. Managers and vice presidents remain in title maintenance unless you re-promote to be paid at your recognition title or if your title maintenance period below has expired. Yeah. The Vice President Success Award. This is the car. For every month paid as Vice President, you are eligible for VP Success Award, and you provide documentation that you have purchased, leased your white Mercedes-Benz. If you are a National Vice President in the Title Maintenance and paid as Regional Vice President, or a Regional Vice President in the Title Maintenance and paid Area Manager, you are eligible to receive VP Success Award as follows. You get your recognition title. Okay. If you want to read this, hop in there, read it yourself. Amendments. Arbonne Reserve. Arbonne. Oh gosh, I gotta quit doing that. You'd think I'd not do that by this point. Arbonne reserves the right to periodically amend or modify this success plan. The policies and procedures, privacy policy, and the independent consultant application and agreement, the agreement. The Arbonne independent consultant agrees to abide by the agreement and all amendments, modifications as set forth in the agreement. No Arbonne independent consultant of any status may alter, amend, waive any provision of the agreement, and any representative or any representation or statement to the contrary, or which is inconsistent with the foregoing, should not be relied upon and will not be binding on Arbonne. This is what it is right now. It could change tomorrow. So you could be barely meeting qualifications. Tomorrow they go, guess what, guys? We're changing things around, and I'm sorry, but you no longer qualify. Or they just get rid of you. They shut your account down, which happens a lot. So now that you know, because this is just key definitions and so on, they have a quick overview of everything there. Now that you know how cutthroat this is, all of this, how cutthroat it is to qualify, to rank up, you got to pull your team. So not only, just want to reiterate this point here, when you get into the 8%, in order to get your generational bonus, you got to pull that 8%. You got to pull the people below you into the 8%, and then 2%, pull them into 2%, and so on. It's all going to be impossible for the whole thing, right? So there are stories out there that if you watch any anti-MLM stuff out there, or any reaction videos to anti-MLM, or this was my experience as this, you're going to hear these stories where people have sabotaged the people underneath them because they're getting too close to being able to be promoted past them, and thus losing, the person who sabotages losing the ability to maintain their current paid as title. So they would rather sabotage people underneath you to make sure that you don't go past them so they continue to earn. And it is a cutthroat war like that through this. So bear in mind that if you get into a team that's highly competitive, you're going to get your legs cut out from underneath you as you get higher up. This stuff is crazy. I mean, for real. I'm happy you guys have come along for the ride for this. I know this video is going to be a long one. This is just another entry in the ways that MLMs are pyramid schemes, in my opinion. And they don't really do what they say they're going to do for you. There's no real way to make money like with Arbonne. It's insane. You get in, you're going to lose money. Even if you are in the top 8% of the independent consultants, you're still going to lose money because the majority of your earned money is going to go back into your cycle so that you can get your qualified volume so you can maintain your status, right? And remember that if you're not a part of this company and you see the videos on Instagram, you get the hey hun letters in your inbox, want you to come be a part of this, no thanks. Don't do it. As much as you probably hate your job, which is fine, Working for a corporation kind of sucks, but it's steady. Is what it is. It's better than doing this because none of this stuff is guaranteed. You can do this 1 month, next month you're flat. It's not going to work. So yeah, that's going to be it. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. If you liked what you saw and you want more information on it, or you want to get notified of my next video, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. You can find me on all the socials down here. Hit me up out there in the world or whatnot. I'm working on Instagram because I started an Instagram. I didn't really do the way you're supposed to. I'm getting coached by a friend who is better at Instagram than I am. So I'm going to start changing that around. Pay attention to that. Interact with that if you want. If you could, like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Just because it gets the algorithm out there. And I'm going to say the same thing you hear on everybody else's channel out there. But seriously, though, these companies will try to flatline you financially. Never let them flatline you. And if someone comes at you and says, I want you to join my MLM, look them in the face and say, your MLM, well, if you're competitive, you don't have to do this. Me, personally, I would do this. Tell them their MLM is trash and that you don't want to be a part of it. You want to make actual money and start really working on you and working on ways for you to make money not related to a company like this. Because we didn't even go over the product prices. I opted to take that out. So anyway, don't let them flatline you, and check back for other videos. Good night.